Welcome into week 3 of Intentional Lounge. We're back with the action, baby. Excuse me, I'm a little tired today after going live last night for 3 hours, giving you guys the best waiver wire ads. 11 or 12 new subscribers last night. Thank you, everybody who joined. I appreciate that so much. Me and Bobby and these guys right here, we work so hard for you guys to give you articles, graphics, videos every single week. So the new subscribers, we appreciate you. All the ones that we had before, we appreciate you guys also, man. Thank you, everybody. Hey, we're cracking open number 2. It's party atmosphere this week. Number 3, and there's cause for some party vibes. You know why, guys?
Why?
All of us winning records last week.
Yep.
9 or more wins for all 3 of us. Hey, that's profitable, baby. We are so back. And then you know what? I think there's some sneaky ones this week. I was listening to this very intelligent guy. He's as intelligent as he is handsome. About a solo game breakdown earlier today, and it was so persuasive. It's going to push me over the edge. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is on our channel, Better in Green. Make sure you guys go check it out. You guys will get a sneak peek of it here in this episode. But guys, just getting started, we have to beat Vegas, which means we got to be on our game. So we're going to start with a game and then a mind thought experiment. So the first one, we're playing Wavelength. If you guys want to play with us, look at the screen. I'll have these two guys look away right now. The number that we are trying to guess is right there. All right, I believe it's off your screen, guys, so you can look back. They are on a little bit of a delay. Guys, I got it right now. Let's start with it. You guys can ask me any question. Both of them get 3 questions each.
Wyatt, you go first since I blundered the whole game last week.
Yeah, so a number from 1 in a million, right? A
few less.
This is a tricky one. If this number was an NFL team's performance last week, what team would it be?
That's a good question. Can I give it to... It doesn't feel fair, but I'm gonna give it to the Miami Dolphins.
Oof, I was kind of hoping you weren't going to pick them.
Yeah, I know. It's a nasty one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's tough because Miami puts up, 27 but lose?
You're right.
Okay.
They showed signs of life.
Alrighty. If this number was an alcoholic drink, what drink would it be?
Keystone.
Ooh, not good. Not good.
Okay.
Dolphins and Keystone. This number is low.
Oh boy, that one is going to be dirty. I think that's a little too obvious. So, if this number was a day of the week, what day would it be?
Tuesday.
Okay. So it could be worse.
Could be worse. Tuesday.
It could be the Jets. It could be the Vikings.
If this number were a fantasy football wide receiver, not just last week, but including week 1 as well, which wide receiver are we looking at?
Give me a second. I do have the wide receivers pulled up for our thought experiment here later. Give me a second to scroll on this for a bit. We are talking...
I could read you off the receivers on my teams if that helps.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. We're looking like... If we're talking this year, we're looking like Scary Terry, Sterling Shepard, Dontavian Wicks.
Oh. Scary Terry's done that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wide receiver 75 and 54.
Man, oh man. I didn't realize he was...
That's why I thought saying just Scary Terry alone would have been misleading.
Yeah. I mean, I had A.J. Brown in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's yikes.
All right. I'm going to make you think a little bit here. If this, what number would this be for, like, you go to a restaurant or a meal, what would the side be? Like fries
man.
or...
Cold fries not cooked all the way through.
Yeah.
So
All
there's
right,
still a
last
little dense.
question. All right. If this number were a female's personality trait, what personality trait are we talking?
They don't have any.
No. A personality trait. Oh,
Female.
man. No, I got it. I got it.
Please say humor.
It's so hard because that's so close. They can be so different is the problem. Oh, man. Ruggedness.
Okay. Good word.
And that's our questions.
Those are your questions. Yep. So now I need some numbers from you boys.
It's either 2 or 3, in my opinion. I'm going to give out 3.
Ethan?
2.
Wyatt got it. It's 3. It's 3.
Dang. Well done.
2-0 for Wyatt.
Nice job, guys. Nice job. The game I wanted to play with you guys too, just to get those brains rolling. It was a very common question we had on the Fantasy Football Waiver Live show last night, and it was what to do with Jamar Chase. So I'm gonna read you off some receivers, and I'm gonna say a 1-for-1 trade. Would you rather have this receiver if you can move off Jamar Chase right now? Would you rather have Malik Neighbors?
No.
No.
How about Puka?
No.
No.
Amon-Ra?
No.
Too many weapons. No.
Wow. Roma Dunze.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Yeah. The next one in the score is Quentin Johnson. I'm not even going to say him. Oh, and then we got Wan'Dale Robinson coming a little bit later. Skipping him. CD Lamb.
No.
I'm still kind of a Jamar guy. I mean, that offense has to run through him, and he's an easy target. Deep ball, slant ball, so I would still say Jamar.
I'm going to give you guys 2 more then. JSN?
No, but I'm a huge JSN guy.
Yeah.
I would buy low on JSN. I don't even know if buy low is the right term, but buy mid maybe.
Yeah, buy mid. And then last one, Garrett Wilson.
No. I'd consider Neighbors.
You would consider... So the line that you draw is that there's nobody you would give away. You just still hold on to him right now.
Like, I would look for like a JSN along with
A Roma Dunze.
Rome or Scary Terry or AJ Brown or somewhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 1-for-1, I think Chase is still the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate getting your guys' input on that because that's pretty much what me and Bobby were saying, that you're selling at his lowest point right now. So don't do it. I think a lot of people are going to freak out. Glad you guys are in agreement. Should we get into this Thursday night game, boys?
I don't know. It's a weird one, but gotta start somewhere.
You're right about that. And, of course, they threw it on a Thursday night, right? It seems like it only makes sense. We'll be talking about the Miami Dolphins heading to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills are 12.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 49.5. All Dolphins had some life last week after falling behind very early. Didn't really feel like they were going to ever win that game. But here, you're getting over a touchdown. Almost 13 points is a lot in a divisional game on a short week. Wyatt, what do you think starting this one off?
Yeah, I got a stat for us here that absolutely helps nothing, but an interesting stat. The Bills are 0-8 against the spread as an 11.5-point favorite or higher. But primetime standalone games are 20-0 against the favorite is 20-0 against the spread. Standalone primetime games when the spread is more than 11.5 points and the total is under 53.5, which is in this game. So you got an 0-8 stat versus a 20-0 stat. So you can't lose on the Bills, right? You just got to pick which freaking stat. Yeah, I got to go with the big dog here. I'm going to trust that the Bills not covering the big spread is going to overcome that stat of the big favorite on primetime games. But yeah, it's not just any team. It's a divisional or a conference. Yeah, divisional team, divisional opponent. Miami, like I said, did show some signs of life, so we got that going for them. And 12.5, I know the Bills look, come back. They look bad in that first game, comeback win. They looked great last week, but without Fields and whatever. So I'm going to lay it with Miami plus 12.5. Not a bet I think I'm going to take. I've been getting wrecked on primetime. Ricky's been killing it on primetime, so I should probably just listen to the squares. But yeah, I'm gonna lay it with Miami and don't love the game at all.
Yeah, I lean Miami here, but also not a bet that I'm willing to make. I am 0-2 fading Buffalo so far this season, so not looking to fade them again with maybe the worst team in the NFL. Best bet for this game is that both myself and Mike McDaniels, is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah. Both he and I are going to be unemployed on Saturday. So that is my strongest lean on the board. But, yeah, I think just too many points here. Buffalo, I think, off two very satisfying wins. Obviously, that huge comeback against the Ravens. Then they go to New York, face the Jets, divisional opponent. Easy win there. They do have the Saints on deck. So, I mean, it's maybe the two worst teams in the NFL back-to-back here for Buffalo. But that might be, them kind of taking their foot off the gas. If they just have, the two worst teams in the NFL, maybe they kind of coast the next couple weeks and maybe take Miami for granted here. My thing is I think the back door is going to be wide open in this game. We've seen Miami, well, they struggled against Indianapolis, but then they put up 27 against the Patriots, so they can score. I think Achane has success running against Buffalo. Buffalo's been able to get run on, at least against Baltimore. The Jets just struggled all across the board. But, yeah, I think the Dolphins I just don't think the Bills are necessarily going to run up a score here. I actually would look to play the under. And then really my strongest thought is just no one's going to want to play the under or the Dolphins. I think everyone's going to line up on Buffalo and the over. So that would be the way I would look. I found a way to play this game. I will get into that later, though. But, yeah, slight lean on Miami and the under.
Man, I'm telling you this. As soon as Wyatt started listing off those stats for the Bills, I knew he was picking the Dolphins. I knew that. I just knew it instantly as soon as he started saying it. And, I mean, come on, guys. How did the Dolphins cover this, right? They got the Dolphins, who are terrible. It is a short week, though. And they play the Saints. But, hey, they got that win over Baltimore already. They're done. But you know who's more toast than the Ravens? Kansas City. They're done. The Bills are AFC championships already. I don't know why we're still playing regular season games. Let's just give them the trophy, get it over with. Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. Give me Miami. They're not going to come into this game and the Saints game looking to run all over them. Maybe they do. Give me 12.5 points in a divisional game. This is what you guys were saying. I absolutely 100% agree. Short week. This Buffalo Bills defense, man. You're telling me Tyreek can't break one? Come on. He can do it. He can do it. They just got to keep it close enough here. That's all they got to do. Buffalo can win. We saw them jump out to a big 30-10 lead and take their foot off the pedal. They're just going to be coasting through, getting big wins when they need them. I'm with you guys. I love that play. We got Noah in the comments. He is very anti-Chase. He's trying to get out while he still can.
Really?
He said highest finish Chase had with Browning was wide receiver 6. The rest were wide receiver 33 or lower, and that's when T. Higgins was missing a couple of those games back in 2023.
Yeah, that's less than encouraging for sure.
Well, we'll have to find out. I mean, he was getting hyper-targeted even once Burrow went out last week. So
He was.
You have to, if you have any chance.
Yeah, and you've got no defense, so. Oh, you know what? I was just talking about the AFC champions. We can go right into the NFC champion, guys. There's the Green Bay Packers heading to Cleveland to play another just apparently dog shit team. You guys might see a video with Wyatt. Wyatt, is it out already or is it coming out?
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. Look out for the dog shits. They're coming. Cleveland at home, 8.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 41.5. Man, I thought Cleveland was going to be able to use that defense to, even Jerry Jeudy. This line's disrespectful, man. I drank the Kool-Aid, and you know what? I hate orange-flavored things. Give me the Packers. Give me the Packers. Future Super Bowl champs since they got Micah, right? Packers minus 8.5. I really don't love it if this defense does find a way to get going, but the fact that they look that bad against the Ravens, this Packers game scares me because the Packers defense, I think, is better than the Ravens defense and can really cause some problems here. Ethan, what do you think?
I love the Browns in this game, plus the points. Love them. Yeah, I mean, Green Bay is obviously the flavor of the month right now. Everyone obsessed with Green Bay. You mentioned it, Ben. Just send them to the Super Bowl already.
Yep.
I am not shocked at all by their 2-0 start. I have mentioned that I was high on them coming into the season. Obviously, the Micah Parsons trade kind of kicked that into overdrive. It became a very public look, but bad spot for the Lions in week 1. Green Bay had all offseason to prep. Pissed off. I mean, Lions, I think, had won in Lambeau 3 straight years. And just kind of a big shift, obviously, in the offseason for the Lions. Just didn't love the spot there. So I'm not shocked that Green Bay gets the home win against Detroit. I'm down on the Commanders. I was on Green Bay on Thursday Night Football. Not shocked at all that they win and cover in that game. First road trip now to Cleveland. Haven't left Lambeau Field yet. Do I think they're going to lose? Absolutely not. But you're off 2 wins against 2 NFC opponents who were both in the playoffs last year. One in the NFC Championship. The other would have been had they beat the Commanders. And you have the Cowboys on deck in Dallas, Sunday Night Football. It's a bad sandwich spot. A first game on the road, AFC opponent. They don't really give a damn, in my opinion. Obviously, they want to get the win, but they're not going to, come in with their hair on fire in this game. They're going to get in, get out, try to get out with a win. Cleveland, yeah, they gave up 41, but everything kind of changed on that Roquan Smith fumble recovery, 63-yard touchdown. A couple late scores. They kept Lamar in the game late where they were still throwing the ball late. So I do think the score is kind of misleading from last week. Derrick Henry was completely shut down in a way that we really haven't seen from a defense. So, yeah, I think the Browns have the better defense in this game. They're at home, catching 8.5. I love Cleveland to cover this game. I think Green Bay wins like 24-20, but, yeah, Cleveland plus the points is one of my favorite looks on the board.
Yeah, I am in agreement with one of you guys, of course.
Tie.
And it's the ugly one. I'm taking the Browns as well on the spread. Ooh. I, unfortunately, was on the wrong side of the line movement. Probably should have waited. I don't know why I was so quick to jump on this, but I actually have Cleveland plus 7.5 locked in. So very frustrated with that line. I think it is like plus 105, but still not happy with that. But I still think I'm going to be okay. We saw what happened. Cleveland at home week 1. They should have beat the Bengals outright with Joe Burrow. They get absolutely embarrassed at Baltimore. Now they're back at home against the Super Bowl champions, Green Bay Packers. I mean, I can't back Green Bay here. I'm not going to call for the upset, but I kind of agree with that Ethan score, maybe even down to like a 1 or a 2 or a 3-point Green Bay win, where maybe Cleveland, like that Bengals game, has a chance to win at the end with a field goal. So it's gross. It's ugly. Unfortunately, I locked it in at the wrong side of the line movement. But, yeah, Cleveland spread, I'm there.
Damn, that was surprising. I did not expect that coming from you guys. Let's talk about the next game. Now, this game I've got absolutely no clue, so I'm going to let Ethan take the lead on this one. But this is Rams at Eagles. Eagles 3.5-point home favorite. Pass for me. What are you on here, man?
So I actually love this game as well. I like the Rams plus the points. Okay. I'm bummed I missed a 4/4.5. I think 4 is actually becoming, in my opinion, the most key number in football. Because to me, it's like, yeah, the 3.5 is nice, but as soon as it goes 7-3 and you're losing, you're like, okay, we're losing by 4. And it's just so, like, 4.5 just feels so much safer. Basically, if you don't cover 4.5, you're probably not covering 5.5, 6.5. So it's 4 to me is very key. I wish I would have jumped in before this line moved down to the 3.5 because it did open the 4.5. But LA here, 2-0, but I don't know if they've necessarily looked great. They do get a late cover against the Titans, but I don't even know. I mean, the Titans had them really close. I think the Titans were winning in the fourth quarter of that game, I think with like 10 minutes left. And believe the Rams got a turnover inside of Tennessee's own 20. And it just kind of, blew up late there for the Rams. But I do think this is a good spot here. This is the first NFC opponent for LA. They've played the two AFC, the Texans and the Titans. So this one, I think, really means something. It is the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year in the Philadelphia Eagles. And then Philly, they're still a really good team. They've looked good. They've played 2, I think, tough opponents, but, probably deserved to lose to the Chiefs last week. I think we mentioned, I don't know when we mentioned this, but the false starts on the tush push, that is going to be a massive review going forward. Mm-hmm. They're going to get called on that a couple times this week. I could almost promise you that. It's going to be looked at very closely. Mm-hmm. It's going to lower the success of that tush push, which is huge for Philly, obviously. That's a way they can extend drives and cover these spreads. Philly also has Tampa on deck on the road, which no revenge or anything of that nature, but it's a really tough NFC team that them and Philly have both been really good NFC opponents recently. They're off the satisfying win in the Super Bowl rematch on the road in Arrowhead. Just don't love the spot for Philly. I think LA is still kind of a top team and still being kind of slept on, even though they are 2-0. But I would actually, I know it's not my standard 2.5 up, but at the 3.5, 3, I would almost look to add this into a teaser. And I'll tell you the other team I'm looking at once we get to them. But I don't see the Eagles winning this game by double digits. So that'd probably be my best look. But I do think the Rams, I think they cover the 3.5. I actually wouldn't be shocked if they win this one outright.
This is my underdog money line of the week.
Ooh.
Rams money line. Rams win the game outright. Don't know if I'll get there on the money line, but this could be a little. If you are into round robins, maybe throw in the Rams money line as a round robin leg. But Rams plus on the spread plus 3.5 plus 4, wherever you get it at. I like it quite a bit. I'm still not super sold on Philly. I don't think they're fantastic. I'm glad you brought up the tush push, Ethan, because I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. It might sound like a Packer fan complaining, but I'm all for not banning the tush push, but I am for playing the rules of the freaking game. You can't have your offensive linemen with their hands in front of, not the center, but the guards and the tackles. Hands are in front of the ball half the time. And then the guys are going early, and it's ugly for the game. This isn't rugby. Right. I get the quarterback sneak. I get it. But you can't have your whole offensive line starting in the neutral zone. Like, what's the point? We're not even following the most basic rule in football is you can't start ahead of the ball. And we have we saw it with what's his face? Tony tried to do that and lost me $500 on that freaking game. But you can't start ahead of the ball. So if we're going to keep the tush push, which I think we should because it's a football play, it's a quarterback sneak, but you got to play by the rules and get that crap out of the neutral zone. So I do think that becomes less effective and hopefully called more because it's unstoppable when you have your whole offensive line 6 inches ahead or a foot ahead of where they're supposed to be. But yeah, I'm on the Rams. I think the Rams win it outright. I'm looking to fade Philly probably for the next couple of weeks. I'm not high on this team at all. And yeah, they looked okay against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are done, so they're the worst team in the league, number 1 overall draft pick. And then they look pretty bad against the Cowboys. So I'm just not sold on the Eagles, and I always look to fade the Super Bowl reigning champion. So yeah, Rams money line, but for the show plus 3.5.
I had the Rams, so I'm really happy to hear it from you guys. I was very unconfident about that one. I feel a little bit better going into it now. I forgot about the playoff rematch too, Ethan. I'm glad you brought that up. And then you guys said everything that I needed to say about the tush push. And Wyatt saying if you're getting a free 6 inches, then someone needs to call my girlfriend and let her know that her complaining needs to stop. Aaron has a comment. He says, does that mean potentially bad news for Josh Jacobs and if the Browns shut down Derrick Henry? I think it's a concern for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I will just say too, Ben, if Travis Kelce catches that ball on the goal line, this
Right.
line's probably 1.5 because the Eagles are now 1-1.
Exactly.
You know, they're.
I thought the same thing, man. And the Chiefs were the lucky team last year, right? Winning those close 1-point games because the ball just bounces the right way. They're saying that's what the Eagles are this year. And, I mean, it's hard to argue right now. Because, I mean, really, if you watched that full Cowboys game, that was a close game. It was within spitting distance, you'd say.
I will say I think Dallas benefited from the rain delay in that game. No clue how it would have turned out without the rain delay, but it felt like Eagles were getting some. Well, they were. They had the turnover in the red zone, and it was. As a Dallas bettor that night, I was pretty pleased with that rain delay.
Yes. No, this is maybe the Rams.
Great for the over.
Rest in peace, Wyatt. I'm sorry, man. Maybe the Rams can actually get Philly to pass the ball, says Noah. AJ Brown fans are crying, begging for that. Yeah. I feel that too. Let's see. We have the New York Jets heading to Tampa Bay to face Buccaneers. Buccaneers 7-point home favorites. Over under set at 43.5. They're being tricky here. I feel like they're trying to be a little tricky. What do you think here?
Yeah, just ruled out no Justin Fields. 100% injured quarterback theory, so I got to take it. It's ugly, and I'm looking to fade Tampa as well. I've faded Tampa twice, and I'm 0-2 on that freaking team. But they can't keep winning by this. They can't keep winning by these miraculous plays at the end of the game. So it's unsustainable. And injured quarterback theory forces me to take the Jets in this game. Don't love it, but it is a forced play.
Yeah, I'm pissed because I'm trying to keep my volume down, but now I have to play the Jets. So, yeah, it's Jets plus 7. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is as good of a backup as you could probably get, especially when Justin Fields is your starter. It's a carbon copy. He's just older, probably protects the ball a little bit better.
Punctured lung.
What's that?
Punctured lung.
Yeah, by the trainer. But yeah, I mean, Tampa Bay realistically should be 0-2. They have a miraculous comeback against the Falcons, or not comeback, but late drive against the Falcons, miraculous late drive against the Texans. Texans are dog shit, by the way, but
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we will. They have the Eagles on deck here, does Tampa, so it's a big conference matchup after this one, out of conference game. Jets need a win, 0-2. Obviously, everyone knows you go to 0-3, you basically start planning vacations come January because it's over. So, yeah, give me the Jets plus the 7. I was really hoping Justin Fields would play, so I didn't have to bet that. But here we are. I'm riding the Jets 3 weeks in a row.
I'm right there with you guys, too, man. You know what? Maybe they actually try running the ball more this game. Because I think if they can get Brees going and just rely on their defense and their run game, which a lot of teams do, I think they're going to have some success against Tampa. Vita Vea is good up the middle, but, man, you're getting a whole touchdown with Tampa coming off, like you guys said, that close divisional game. Or no, they just come off the Texans game. Short week coming off Monday night.
Short week, yep.
So you got that, too. And, I mean, the Jets got to be about as pissed as they can possibly be, right? Losing a close one to Aaron Rodgers and then getting blown out, I believe, at home, right, to the Bills.
Yep.
Yeah, the vibes were good. They're quickly shifting. So give me a hungry Jets team here.
Also, I do have to mention a lot of injuries for Tampa on Monday night. I know they lost a lineman who doesn't look like that was a short-term thing. They lost a couple defensive players, I believe. They were getting pretty banged up.
Worse than play. I don't know if he's back.
Yeah, Tristan.
Oh, yeah. He just rejoined practice last week, so I'd be shocked if he'd be back. But, yeah. Gosh darn it. I got to play the Jets again.
Not a defense I really want to play if it's my first game back either. Just saying.
Right. No. Also, I think had that game not gotten out of control early, it's probably a way different scenario. They just had to get away from their run game, get away from, they had to put it in Justin Fields' hands, which, it got ugly early for the Jets, so I like them to bounce back.
Actually, guys, that was my bet. I jinxed that one. I had Brees Hall rushing yards for our DFS article, so sorry, everybody. We got the Falcons heading to Carolina to face the Panthers. The Cats are back, baby. The Cats are back. Carolina, 5.5-point home dogs. Over-under set at 43.5. Shoot. I mean, I got to start with Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by not taking the team first. I'm going to keep taking Big Tet to score a touchdown until he freaking does. He got targeted all over the field last week, much more in the week one. He's going to score. He's going to score one of these games. So I'm going to go back to the bank and take Tet to score a touchdown. And this is a terrible path I'm down, but he's so due. The one game I take off, I know is going to be his first touchdown. So Tet touchdown. But yeah, I'll keep it quick. I'm on Carolina. You kind of knew that was coming. I mean, they keep giving me 5.5. I mean, I'm going to take Carolina every single time. And no reasoning there. Don't know if I'll bet it, but that is my lean, and that's going to be my show pick. And yeah, I hate this team. I lose so much money on them, so I probably won't bet them. But they were wonders for me last week. Had a chance to win that one at the end. But yeah, Tet, if you're going to bet, Tet touchdown, do it. Lock it in.
Yeah, I'll keep this one short as well, but I lean Carolina. That's my pick for the show. It was an easy cross-off, though. But really, I mean, the Falcons couldn't have really looked – well, they could have looked better on Sunday Night Football, but pretty well dominated Minnesota. Carolina, yeah, they came back, but they got dominated that entire game, including even when they were coming back. Everything had to go right for them, and it did. So, yeah, I think I don't know. I think if people saw last week's Carolina game, they're not going to want to play them at all. They'll want to line up on Atlanta where everyone was watching. If you just look at the box score, you might want to play on the Panthers. But, yeah, I can't believe the Panthers came back in that game. But, yeah, I would lean Panthers plus 5.5. But a game I crossed off early, not going to bet it.
I have no reason for this, but I think that the Falcons ball here. And there's no thought process behind this one. This one is that Drake London in his last two games has gone absolutely nuclear against this team. Bijan's looking like the best running back in the league. This defense is actually looking pretty improved too. So you're giving me 5.5. Always hate that. The 5.5 and 4.5s I hate. I'm just going to take Atlanta. Once again, listen to these guys that have some idea. Mine is just I had a dream that one day the Atlanta Falcons would wake up and the offense would be decent. So that's that's all I got for you. So I'm on the Falcons minus the 5.5. I'll just swallow the poison. Probably regret it like last week, huh?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Colts heading to Tennessee to face the Titans. Titans 4.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 43.5. Dude, Daniel Jones is the cover photo for this episode. He made it. But did he make it in the NFL? Did he?
Danny Dollars now.
Yeah, Danny Dollars. Are we taking him at the minus 4.5? What did I take? I did. I took Danny Dimes minus the 4.5. Once again, I need to see more from Cam Ward and this Tennessee team. Right now, they just feel like the most like dead in the water team. So I'm going to take the Colts to keep rolling here. If they can do what they've done to these other teams, winning outright, which they should not have won that game. Let's just start off with that. They should have lost that game against the Broncos, but they went in, won that game. Very impressive. Give me the Colts minus the 4.5. What do you think, Wyatt?
Yeah, I mean, if the Bills aren't going to win the Super Bowl, the Colts are now. I mean, they have yet to punt this year. Their offense went absolutely nuclear. Danny Jones or Danny Dollars is the guy now. Dynamite Danny. Yeah, this spread has no business being 4.5, 3.5, 4.5. I mean, this should honestly be a 6.5, a 5.5 at the minimum. So, yeah, it's gross. I should probably put this team on my do not bet list, but I'm taking the Titans. Kind of like it. Might be a play. Indy can't keep up this. It's unsustainable. And fortunately, they play another trash team in the Titans. So
Right.
very well could, start the season off 3-0. Probably go 3 weeks without punting. I would not be surprised. But this spread should be much higher in favor of Indy from their recent play. So the fact that it's a low spread makes me think that people are beginning to know that Indy is kind of like last year's Saints. They started 2-0. We thought this team was going to be great, and then they fell off a cliff. I think Indy's going to fall off a cliff. I did not think this was a playoff team. What Danny Jones is doing right now is unsustainable. So, yeah, give me the Titans. It's probably going to be a play out of me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I actually like the Titans a lot in this game, and it's selling high on the Colts, as high as they're going to be. same reason why I'm looking to sell on the Packers. It's probably as high as they're going to be. But, yeah, the Colts are 1-1. Their record says 2-0, but they are 1-1. They got bailed out on that ridiculous penalty call that literally happens every time someone lines up for a field goal. You always get the leverage. You never get it called until you do, and absolutely bailed the Colts out. So inflated line towards Tennessee because of their 2-0 start, the talk of the town, haven't punted, all that crap. Don't really care. This is their first road game. They've played both games at home. Now we really got a test now that they travel. Danny Dimes. Also, the Titans, I kind of mentioned when we were breaking down the Rams, they were right in that game until they weren't with like 10 minutes left. So I think that score is definitely swayed a little bit towards the Rams, but that game was a lot closer than what the scoreboard says. Also, I went back, rewatched all the highlights from that game. What I really like about Tennessee and why I like them in this point spread is they don't panic, when they're losing. If it gets down to 4th and 4, they take that field goal. They have Joey Sly, who really good kicker, underrated kicker. I think he's made all of his kicks so far in the NFL, but they don't let, a 4 or 6 or 7 point deficit just spiral out of control. They take the points when they can get them. They're pretty methodical. I think their play calling is really helpful to Cam Ward right now. So yeah, I don't know if Tennessee wins this game, but I do think it's well within 4 points. So I'll take the 4.5 on Tennessee. And the way I am looking at this is to combine them in that teaser with whoever I just mentioned the first time around, the Rams. Rams up to like 9.5, and then getting the Titans up to like 10.5. Yeah, I really like that teaser a lot. I know it's not traditional, which is really the only reason I haven't placed it yet. But yeah, I really don't see either the Eagles or the Colts winning by double digits.
Hey, I like it, man. I like you guys. You guys brought the action, man. Brought the insight this week. Let's talk about the Raiders heading to Washington to face the Commanders. Commanders 3.5-point home favorites. Over at 44.5. I don't know if you guys watched pregame, or if you guys saw the clip of Max Crosby impregnating Manti Te'o's girlfriend in pregame. These Raiders, they're kicking and they're ready to multiply. Give me these Raiders money line, man. Something's in my bones about this team for this week. And this is a guy who will pick the Raiders. Maybe this is my only time this year. I think Genty gets going this week, and there's been a lot of concern about him too in fantasy. I think he's fine, but they're going to point out this dude's like getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. Washington, they do have the injured quarterback theory. I don't know. Is Daniels officially out?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. That's the impression I'm going in with. I still think Las Vegas could win this game outright. So give me the Raiders plus 3.5. Ethan, what do you think?
I literally have nothing. Put the Raiders down on the graphic, I guess, just because we're getting points over a field goal, and they looked pretty awful on Monday night. But it's a short week for the Raiders, a long week for the Commanders. Commanders at home. Raiders have to travel cross country. I mean, that's just not a good spot. Flip me. Put me down on the Commanders.
Nasty.
Yeah, screw it. But I'm not betting this game. One thing I will just say, I'll use my time to not even talk about this game, but something I've been wanting to say. I am just by nature an under better in the NFL. Well, really in all sports. Haven't bet unders this year and haven't even found one that I really like. And I got to thinking about it. With the new rules in the NFL, if you get a touchback, you're on the 35. Kickers are making 60-yarders like they used to be 40.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, unders are so hard to bet in the NFL. Like, I would really, unless you really find one that you like, I would just be very cautious. Or, I think overs are really going to pay out this year. Because literally, you get 15 yards and you're in field goal range for, 75% of these kickers. So it's just kind of crazy how much offense we're starting to see. Obviously, I know week 1 was way low scoring, and then it all came back. Overs hit like crazy this week. But, yeah, even if you get 2 low-scoring teams, it's just very hard to look at an under based on the kickoff rules and just the strength of these kickers nowadays.
Yeah, 6 games in, I have 6 dogs. I can't possibly take the Commanders without Jaden Daniels, right? Well, I am. Give me the Commanders. I did just see from, I think, Shefty. He's not practicing until Friday at the earliest. So it's not great info, but yeah, he's out until Friday. We don't know what happens after Friday. But yeah, I think it's a huge discount on the Commanders. I know they lost last week, and then you have the Jaden Daniels news. I think if Daniels doesn't get hurt, I think this is a 5.5 point spread. If they win, I think this is a 7.5 point spread. So huge discount. Give me my first favorite of the week, Washington to win and cover.
You guys are killing me. This is some of us are not going to have a good show this
It's probably going to be us.
No, I don't know. Ethan's leading the charge right now. Guys, we're going to talk the single game breakdown. I'll start with Ethan. These Bengals versus the Vikings. Vikings 3-point favorites, over under set 41.5. If you want to see his full game breakdown, make sure you click on our YouTube channel, watch it. But Ethan, what do you have? Just a little teaser for him.
Yeah, I'll leave it a little bit short here, but I like the Vikings minus the 3. Would kind of look at the money line, but just an odd number here. You're getting like minus 175 on Minnesota money line. If you remember back to the Niners who were laying 3 points, or maybe they were 2.5 last week. But was that 3, Wyatt? Do you remember?
I think it was 3.
Yeah, and they were minus 148 money line. So money line's a little bit skewed, which tells me also that Vikings are probably the side. Biggest thing I'll say here, we obviously have the injured quarterbacks on both sides. One of them is a major drop-off. The other one is actually an improvement. So that's Carson Wentz over JJ. I know JJ is eventually going to be the guy probably in Minnesota, but for his third NFL game, he's not. Carson Wentz, the guy that would have probably brought his team to the Super Bowl had he not gotten hurt, I don't even know, 8 years ago. I much prefer Carson Wentz in this spot here. Yeah, Browning's good. He's been with the team forever. He's had plenty of time to start games in Cincinnati. He actually went and beat Minnesota, I believe, back in 2023 when Burrow was out. Went to Minnesota, got a win in overtime, did Browning. But no, this is when JJ got ruled out, this line dropped from 4.5 to 3. You're getting 1.5 points. Or they're saying Wentz is 1.5 points worse than JJ. It's just completely wrong. So, yeah, give me the Vikings. I would look to play the money line more than lay the points, but I think they're the side. I think they cover.
Yeah, this wouldn't be an intentional lounging show if my washing machine wasn't taken off to the stratosphere. So nothing like the wife leaving, which is nice for the quiet. But always make sure to turn on that pesky washing machine. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm on the Vikings, like them big. A 3-point spread's crazy. I know the Bengals aren't great with Browning, but they still had a game-winning drive at the end of the game to win that one with Browning. They still have Jamar Chase. The line just doesn't make sense, especially with the Vikings, with JJ or with not or without. Their offensive line is absolutely miserable. It might be the worst offensive line in the league. This team, they weren't blocking anyone. They let anyone go. So. And I know the Bengals don't have a good defense, but it's hard to imagine who's taking the Vikings. I know Carson Wentz is a veteran quarterback, but he hasn't started since maybe at the Colts where he sucked. So is he going to have a bounce back year in year 15 of his life? I don't know. Or of his career? I don't know. But the line makes it seem like he's going to. So it's ugly. It's gross. Give me the Vikings to win and cover in this game.
Like I said, Ethan switched me. He maybe you should have released single game videos for all of these based on how against the grain I've been this week. But yeah, you flipped me over to the Minnesota side. I think that the best part, or the part that stood out to me the most, was you're like, okay, you get rid of the quarterbacks. So even if they don't want to say Wentz is an upgrade, if they say both quarterbacks are a downgrade, Minnesota still has the better defense. You're always taking Minnesota's defense. I'm taking Minnesota's coach too. I'm taking Minnesota's coach over Cincinnati. So I agree with you guys. Minnesota here for me as well. Anything you guys have to hit on before halftime?
No, I think the only thing that I didn't hit on with the Vikings that maybe I should just mention is they do travel to London for 2 straight games after this week. But after the tough loss on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, I'm not super concerned with the look ahead, but it is their schedule to start the year is weird to say the least.
Hey, I love it, man. Let's get to this this halftime. Let's kick it off here. All right, we take a short break from the picks to do in the middle. It's the middle of the show. Guys, this is a little wild this week. Your boy had a little bit of a hard time coming up with stuff, but he came up with some stuff nonetheless. I believe everything that I have here we've touched on. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I know I got some topical stuff for us today. So the first one we have is we got Michael Jackson and we got the tush push. What
Touching
is the
boys'
middle
butt.
ground? Touching boy. See, I knew
Yeah,
that was going to be the
goes-
first one.
Let's go on something with butts, balls to butts, or
Early start.
needs to change.
Needs to change.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there you go. Let's see.
What was special? Think about the tush push for this week.
Okay, yeah. False start. False.
Not false. But after what happened this week and what the cameras caught, that's dead.
That's good. Dead.
I apologize, everybody. Some of these are very good.
Michael Jackson has so many
Yeah.
things that it could have been.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I used him too, just
Yeah.
because I'm like, you guys will have some good stuff. So yeah, that shit's dead after that. Noah says crossing the neutral zone.
That's freaking good.
That is
That's
really
good.
good. That's really good.
All right. The next one. We have the Colts punter versus an alcoholic.
Useless.
No job. Unemployed.
Hey, Wyatt's on fire today, man. It's if shit doesn't change, you're going to need to find a job.
Let's go.
Damn. All right. Hey, last one. They always get harder as we go on, or at least I think they do. All right. We got Joe Burrow versus, now it's a picture of Oppenheimer, but he's more just, he's the figure for what if America didn't win the arms race? If they didn't win the first superpower to get nuclear weapons.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow and Death of America. God, I don't know. Like,
I told you they get harder. Noah, do you have anything?
Something about a toe.
The Only Hope or something, or
It's not toe, but it's topical.
Off on the wrong foot. Let's see.
something.
Stubbing your toe?
Not stubbing your toe.
I got nothing. Made of glass, but that doesn't do anything for Oppenheimer. Not lucky.
Noah says, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm out.
This is the hardest one, guys. These are the greatest what ifs in NFL or the greatest what ifs in history.
That's a good one.
I get it. Yeah.
The if man of the year, man.
If man of his career.
Yeah, exactly. If there was just a what if award, man, that dude would win it every single year.
Yeah, my MVP ticket shot.
Dude, him and Parsons, you can't bet on them.
No.
Let's see. Let's talk about Pittsburgh Steelers heading to New England to face the Patriots. Patriots are 1.5 point home dogs. Over under set at 44.5. Wyatt, where are you going here?
This is probably my least favorite game. I have the Pats circled just because I despise the Steelers. I was high on the Pats in the preseason. They looked terrible week 1. They get the win week 2 against another terrible team. I'll go with the Pats, but this is, like I said, my least favorite game. Absolutely no idea how this game's going to go. So give me the Pats. That's a terrible breakdown, but that's about all I got on that one.
I don't have much better. I'm also on the Pats. Basically, reason being is because I said multiple times over the summer, fade the Steelers early in the season. I've done it twice now. I'm 2-0 doing it. I'm going to continue to do it here. They do have to travel to London to face those Vikings next week, so potential bad spot for the Steelers. Also, Aaron Rodgers basically came out and said, he basically was saying, yeah, we were way overhyped after week one. It was like, I know a lot of people are disappointed we lost, but like we looked really good week one. We couldn't keep that up. Like it was a really weird comment to make. So yeah, I'm not high on Steelers. I think they're honestly a 6 or 7 win football team. I'm not high on the Patriots either, but just because the Steelers fading them has been 2-0 so far, I'm going to keep doing it. Put my money where my mouth is because I kind of hyped that up all offseason.
I'm like Wyatt. Pass on this game. This game's terrible. I don't. I'm with you guys. I don't love this game, but of course it's this week, so I'm on Pittsburgh. Part of that is just because we're talking. You said there's 6 or 7 wins. Pittsburgh's not that good, so I don't think they're beating a bunch of good teams. So this seems like one that they need to win if they're gonna not be a 4-15 or 4-13 team, 17 game season.
Yep.
Yeah, so and it's at -1.5. I just took the Steelers last week against the Seahawks. I really thought they were going to get it done. And at what point does the Steelers defense return? Because they have not played good the first 2 weeks. So if they don't come back this week, and I mean, I was very critical about the Steelers before the season started. So we were all on them with the Jets game, and that one hit. But maybe I'm just hyping up the Steelers too much. But I'm like, man, they have to win this one, right? They got the guys, but. I mean, maybe Rodgers is just that washed.
Yeah, he might be. We'll see. Looks good in week one.
According to comments on TikTok, he's still great. But
yeah, well,
No surprise there.
yeah,
the Bears are still a Super Bowl contender, so
yeah, yeah. We'll leave those there. All right, for this next one, I gotta scroll up here a little bit. I gotta get something ready because we're talking about the Texans versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags are 1.5 point home favorites. Over set at 44.5. Ethan, why don't you start this game?
puke in the mouth game of the week.
Guessing I'm gonna vomit.
100%.
Yeah, this game sucks. I wanted to just absolutely pull my hair out watching the Texans on Monday Night Football. They're awful. They're really, 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 really bad. All O-line is basically non-existent. It makes me wonder, how did you look at your O-line and say, yeah, we'll get rid of Tunsil on the left side there? No idea. Their defense, I know they actually held the Bucs down a little bit. They didn't let them score a ton of points, but I mean, that was just chunk play after chunk play after chunk play. I don't even know why the Bucs were letting Baker throw the ball, because I think the Texans maybe stopped the Bucs running game in the backfield twice, maybe once. They were getting like 5-6 yards to carry.
That's Chubb we're talking about.
What's that?
That's Chubb we're talking about.
Rashad White.
Oh, shit. You're right. Chubb's on the Texans.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. You're right. Both guys are just gashed them at one.
But
the
that
camera
leads me into Chubb.
Yeah.
No running game whatsoever for the Texans. Zero. I mean, I don't even know. Tampa might have been letting them score that final touchdown where Chubb broke free. It's tough to say because obviously you want to keep them to a field goal, but at that point you might only have a minute or 40 seconds left. So I don't know if they tried to let them score or not. But, yeah, the Texans were awful. I can't even call it a bad beat because I know Wyatt and I were both on the Texans. Yes, it was a really tough way to lose, but also did they deserve to win? I don't know. So, yeah, the Texans were just so bad. Maybe this is me overreacting after a week 2 matchup, but I'll just slightly lean the Jags. Jags should have won against the Bengals. They left a ton of points on the board. I think they had 2 red zone turnovers. Another turnover, I believe, as well. But, yeah, if it weren't for that miraculous comeback, the Jags are probably 3.5, 3-point favorites here. So, small lean on the Jags because I really do think the Texans are an absolute fade team until further notice.
Yeah, this continues a stretch of games I have no idea. and really bad breakdowns for you guys. So I do apologize. I have a lot of games that we already talked about that I like. I have one more that I really like on Sunday night, but these next couple of games, I don't look to me for a breakdown or prediction on these. I have the Texans circled. No idea why. I hate
Defense
it.
is defense.
Yeah, and they're playing the Jacksonville, right? We saw T-Law and his coach kind of get at it in the sideline, just, maybe miscommunications or just a little bit of emotional or, quick emotions there on the sideline. I get it, but I don't know. I have Houston circled. I guess I liked Houston at one point today. So I'm just going to think that point earlier was worthwhile for the circle. But yeah, hate this game. Definitely deserving a puke in the mouth. So give me the Texans for the graphic, but a no bet for me.
I don't blame you at all. I hate this one. I had Houston earlier in the day, but I did end up switching to Jacksonville. This seems like one of those where that Houston defense might be good enough that they make Lawrence make some mistakes and they end up winning this one. It's gonna be nasty, but you give me the Jags at home, and I think they've been coached pretty well. Like they've looked a lot better. So I'm gonna say, is the Jags defense and defensive line going to have more success against Houston than Houston's defensive line against theirs? I guess I'm going to give it to the Jags because Houston's just looked terrible in the trenches offensively. So give me Jacksonville here. But like I said, all three of us are pretty much telling you stay away from this game. If you want to make U.S. currency, you're not betting on this game.
Yeah.
Talk about the next game. Hey, the New Orleans Saints. 2-0 darlings last year. A little different this year. They are at Seattle. Seattle is 7.5-point home favorites coming off a whopping of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Over-under set at 41.5. Wyatt, what do you think here, man?
Yeah, I'm just going to trust as a little bit of overreaction on Seattle. I think they're still going to be a pretty bad team. I know the Saints, between them and the Jets, they were my worst team in the league, and I think that's still true. But I'm just going to trust that this line is a little over-exaggerated because of that win last week. So give me the Saints at plus, what are they, 7.5? Again, not a game I'm really jumping out of my seat to bet or to watch. But, yeah, it just seems like a little too much. I think if the Seattle loses that game, I wonder what the spread would be, maybe 5.5. So I just think you're getting a little discount on New Orleans. So that's the reason for my Saints pick here.
Yeah, I'm glad I swore off betting bad teams, or else I would be on the Saints this week. I actually like the Saints quite a bit, plus the 7.5. I do think we get the overreaction with the blowout win, or 14-point win from Seattle, but they really did kind of get lucky to win by that margin. You saw the kickoff that went to the end zone. Complete brain lapse from the returner, thought that wasn't a live ball. They literally, Seattle just went down, picked it up, and touchdown. So, yeah, I was happy with that. I had Seattle plus 3 last week. Obviously, outright win was nice and easy, but now they're feeling pretty good about themselves. They had to travel from Seattle all the way to Pittsburgh, all the way back home. Now they have to travel on a short week to Arizona, play Thursday night football on the road. Just not a good spot here. And the Saints, yeah, they're hitting the road for the first time, but I can't imagine their fans are happy with them whatsoever. So I think getting away from home is probably a decent thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually somewhat impressed with Spencer Rattler. I hate to say it because I'm not a huge Spencer Rattler guy. Haven't been since his Last Chance U came out like 8 years ago or however long that was. But they could have beaten the 49ers last week. They could have beaten the Cardinals week 1. They have the Bills on deck. When you're as bad as the Saints, you're not looking ahead. You're probably looking ahead as if, we're going to lose that game, so let's really try to win this one. Yeah, I think the Saints cover this game. I think they have another shot to win this game outright late. Don't know if they get it done, but I think 7.5 is just too many points.
This is the backdoor game. This is what's going to happen. Seattle's going to run out to an early lead, run it up. Saints are going to cover the backdoor. Everybody's going to be mad about this one because it's going to be, man, the Seahawks are blowing them out. This should have been an easy game. I'm with you guys. I'm on the Saints here. Hate it. It's an ugly pick, but you're getting the Saints at plus 7.5. I mean, we're starting to get towards Saints 10, 11, 12 territory, aren't we? I mean, they're as bad as advertised. Well, I'm not going to say as bad as advertised. We thought they were going to be bad, but I haven't thought they were going to win any of these games. So give me the Saints plus 7.5. Yes, Ethan.
How are you going to give me the Niners minus 3 but not have to lay 7.5 with the Seahawks?
Right.
against the Steelers.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No.
That's a good point. That's a good point, man.
I think the Niners were at home too, were they not?
Niners were on the road, but
Okay.
still.
Yeah. The Denver Broncos head to L.A. to face the other team that's going to be playing them in the AFC Championship. That's going to be playing the Bills. The L.A. Chargers, the undefeated, unbeatable L.A. Chargers. Chargers minus 2.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 46.5. Man, it sets up. You just beat the Chiefs in Brazil. Then you come and then you beat the Raiders on their turf. Now you're got a home game against the Broncos to go 3-0 in the division. Get a stranglehold to strangle it away. Broncos coming off a loss. This is a Broncos pick right here. This is a Broncos win. Broncos win this one outright. So give me the Broncos plus 2.5. We've seen Herbert and them look great. All right, throw them against this Denver defense. And let's see, maybe this Denver defense can actually come to play because they've had some pretty, the Colts and I forget the Titans. So pretty suspect competition so far. And they haven't looked great. I think this is a bounce back game. I think this is a game that they're going to come in ready for. So give me the Broncos plus the 2.5. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'll lean with the Broncos here. Again, they should be 2-0. Their record says they're not, but they should be. I just think, I'm betting the number here, not the teams. Do I think the Broncos are as good as they were last year? I don't really know yet. I think the Chargers are actually a really good team. I think they deserve the hype they've been getting, which is going to be my reason for holding off of actually betting this game. But you mentioned it. We're getting the value because the Broncos lost last week. Chargers' third straight divisional game off 2 very satisfying wins. Short week with the Monday Night Football. I think you got to take the points with the Broncos. It's not a game I'm looking to bet, but that's the way I would lean in that one.
It makes too much sense to take the Chargers to go 3-0 at home at only minus 2.5, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll make it a trifecta. Give me Denver. 2.5 is too easy, like you just said, Ben. Especially for a Chargers team that just beat the Chiefs. Decent win. Pretty big blowout win against Raiders. Under a field goal to the Broncos, who looked bad week 1. Like you said, Ethan should have won week 2, but ultimately lost. I think it's a little too obvious to take the Chargers. So sign me up for a trifecta on the Broncos.
I love it. Noah's saying, I've heard people say Justin Herbert is now the best quarterback in the league. I've been hearing a lot of that.
Quentin Johnson, wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Guys, let's talk about those Bears that you guys blew the doors off of last week. The Cowboys head to Chicago to face Bears. Bears are 1.5-point home dogs. Over under set at 50.5. They get to go home. And these fans, they want to see something. They're not going to be happy if they lose, especially to a team like Dallas that, it had a lot of bad vibes coming into the season. So, Ethan, why don't you start with this one? What do you think's going to happen in Chicago?
Dude, the Bears are who we thought they were. Okay.
Yeah.
Still dog shit. Dude, I can't with the Bears, honestly. What is this line? Dallas all day long. I can't. Dallas opened as a dog. How? I probably have way too much to say, so I won't say anything at all. I'm done with Caleb Williams. He's awful. Clearly, Ben Johnson doesn't have the talent to work with like he had in Detroit. He's not some godly savior that can turn freaking nothing into something. The Bears are still ass. They're still probably a 5-1 team at best. They're terrible. Dallas is the only way I could look. Yeah, Dallas is probably riding high off that overtime win last week, but good God, Dallas is not even good, and they're so much better than Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago might be the worst team in the league. They're terrible.
I'm
That's
going
hot.
to take Chicago. I could definitely see Ben Johnson starting 0-3 for sure. Give me Chicago, I guess. What the line? Dallas should be a 4.5-point favorite after what the Bears had last week. Give me also another touchdown prop. Give me Colson Loveland. I mean, that guy's been absolutely AFK. I actually just dropped him in fantasy. I'm trying to re-get him back. A I think he's going to score. I think he's Colson Loveland yards, Colson Loveland touchdown. So I'm not going to bet the Bears, but I might get involved in a Loveland touchdown or maybe Loveland yards. So give me Chicago, but I would not put real money on this team.
Wyatt dumped his girlfriend Friday afternoon. Come Monday at school, he's wanting her back.
I'm really looking for him. Oh, he's still on my team.
One argument, lets her go, realizes, nope, need her back.
He's still here. I'm starting him this week. Sign me up, Colson. He's projected 3.49 points.
That's because Caleb has to find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Hey,
Colson,
he's outscored Kittle this week, and there's no doubt about it.
What?
Probably Kelsey, too.
Might tie.
Shit. I play in a points per bounce interception league, so I actually did really good last week. Noah says Bears are about to be 0-3. That's rough. And then I got a comment from Aaron with some music notes. The Bears still suck. He's singing it.
Still suck.
Yeah, I'm with Ethan here. I think Dallas toasts them. Give me Javonte Williams, any of his props. Give me Dak. I think CD has like crazy 150, 160 yards. I think they're going to just torch this Bears team. I think we might see some green entertainment items on the field at some point during this.
Potentially.
I mean, at this game at home, a 3 o'clock game, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple bouncing off helmets out there.
Caleb's got to scoop those things up before you come in.
Where's he going to put his mouthpiece, though? Arizona Cardinals head to San Francisco to face the Niners. Niners 2.5-point home favorites. Over under set at 45.5. Wyatt, what do you think here, man?
Yeah, Brock, I think, is back in practice or coming back tomorrow. Don't love that. I kind of wish it was still Mac Jones, but I have San Fran. You know what? Give me the Cardinals. I'm flipping this to Arizona. Live flip. Arizona spread. Arizona wins the game outright. If Brock plays, I'll be on Arizona. If Brock doesn't play, probably be back on San Fran. But it looks like Brock's probably going to suit up, which I don't know how, but he is. So give me Arizona.
Yeah, I'm the same way. If Brock plays, this line probably goes over a field goal. I'll take Arizona. Before the graphics, just for right now, Ben, you can put me down on San Francisco, assuming he doesn't play.
Okay.
Under the field goal, I'll take San Fran. But, yeah, just for anyone listening, anyone that watches this back, if Brock is in, I assume this line goes up. I will lean on Arizona at that point. 2 quick things. I feel like the markets are just way down on San Francisco. Like, I can't believe they haven't been more than a field goal favorite against the Seahawks, the Saints, and the Cardinals. I just don't understand how they're being that slept on. They're 2-0, 2-0 against the spread and straight up. Like, I feel like the Bears are being higher valued in the market than the Niners, and it makes no sense to me. And that's also what I meant to say about the Bears too, but I think they're still a team that people think are going to flip it around and be good, and they're still getting market love. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just way off on the Bears. I think they're awful, but I think the Niners are way better than what the market has been putting their prices at. And yeah, Mac Jones, it wasn't that bad. It definitely was not much of a drop-off from Brock Purdy. So if Mac is in, lean the Niners. If Brock is back, lean the Cards. Probably won't play this game, but I'll be much more tempted to play the Cardinals if Brock Purdy is playing.
I'm actually going to be on Wyatt's side here with the Cardinals plus 2.5. My thought process here, which once again, if I'm getting an injured quarterback, if I'm getting an injured Purdy, I love that. But this is my thought process. We had the 49ers that are covering these spreads, looking good. Vibes are pretty good. And like you just said, Ethan, they're definitely getting disrespected, and I don't think you can argue that. But they've had these spreads, and they're hitting, so it feels so easy to do the minus 2.5. Like, oh, it's against the Cardinals. Cardinals always suck. Cardinals just didn't cover against the Panthers. Panthers started coming back. I kind of feel like it might be, and I'm not the underdog guy, but I think I'm almost sniffing an Arizona Cardinals money line win here too. And it's just based on how sneaky this is, I think if Kyler can have a pretty good game, this San Fran defense has definitely taken a step back, but they're still good. That's why this spread is the way it is. I just think, man, San Fran, that's a bet I would love to take, San Fran -2.5, but I'll be ugly and we'll see what happens, right?
I hope you're right, because I have their season 1 total over. So I would love a 3-0 start.
That too. I forgot. Yeah, we were high on the Cardinals this year.
Yeah.
All right. The Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Giants. Giants are 6-point home dogs, over under 45.5. I don't know if the Chiefs are going to score 6 points, guys. These dudes suck, bro. These guys are so bad. I feel a lot better after this week. I think you guys were right. It kind of feels like a cheat that you guys were right. I was so wrong on the game, but I got the win because I took the Eagles. You guys were on the absolute right side of that one. I didn't deserve that shit at all. I didn't think they'd be able to turn this defense around that fast because they had a lot of miscommunications, a lot of errors in week 1. Week 2 definitely turned it around. And if they can do that against the Eagles, then I think this defense is going to be fine. Offense, people are hating on them, but man, they look fine. And especially, like, can you imagine once this team starts getting Worthy back? We'll see what Worthy's worth, but we'll get Rashee Rice back. Also, the free 4 shirts. I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan, but fuck, bro. Like, that's some stupid shit. I didn't like that. Free him from what? From his parole? From his 30-day whatever shit he has to do. Yeah, I didn't like that. Kelsey's just like bumping up interceptions too. It's just something he's like done a lot recently. Giants have a good defense, so this does scare me a little bit, especially since we saw like a la Akbar Wilson just like bombing it down the field like insane to neighbors. I think that they could potentially win this game, but I don't think they do. I think at 0-2, we're just disrespecting the Chiefs too much. The 6 number still scares me, but fuck. I mean, I had to take my boys at some point. I haven't picked them yet this year, so I guess I'll take them against the Giants. And hope, at MetLife, hopefully nobody else gets injured or ran into by one of our own players and knocked out for extended period of time. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm on the Chiefs. And I think people are finally jumping off the Chiefs bandwagon. Obviously, all their years of dominance, they've had a massive backing in the betting market. It was really hard to find value, even when they were covering spreads left and right. But, well, I guess that year where they almost never covered. But, 0-2 in games where they could definitely be 2-0, if not at least 1-1. Just haven't gotten the bounces to go their way. Now they get an inferior Giants team. Yes, they have the Ravens on deck, but that becomes no look ahead whatsoever now that you are 0-2. And again, 0-3 teams basically have a 0% chance to make the playoffs. So I don't see the Chiefs going 0-3 here. Yeah, it's on the road. Yeah, it's New York's first home game, but similar to the Saints, it's not like they don't have this huge home backing at this point. Obviously, they still have a lot of fans, and it's probably going to be loud to start, but when the Chiefs are up 14-0 midway through the second, it's going to get really quiet in there. It's just not something I'm worried about. I think ultimately the Chiefs are much better than what the Giants are. But I've actually done the squarest thing in the entire world. Probably made the squarest bet of my entire life. -180, and I don't even care. Buffalo money line, Kansas City money line. I don't care. I'm doing it. If either of them lose, I'm dead shocked. So I'm cool losing my money if I'm completely shocked. But don't see Buffalo losing to Miami. And then I put 2 units on it. I'll be riding 2 units on a Kansas City -180 money line against the Giants. I'd be shocked if either of those teams lose. So it's square as could be. I did it, though. I don't see it losing.
Yeah, this is one of my games I will be betting. Not sure how yet, but Kansas City. It's got to be Kansas City. They had 2 tough games at Brazil where they played the Chargers, interconference foe, divisional foe, and then they played a Super Bowl rematch against the Eagles. So 2 very tough games for the Chiefs. Playing one of the worst teams in the league, it's kind of a must-win game to get back on track for this season. I think this is a great get-right spot for Kansas City. I'll take them at the -6. I think they win this game big. So Kansas City, big.
Love it. I love it. Quick question here, too. Just another thought exercise. If you're making the Chiefs schedule and you're saying, Hey, Ethan Wyatt, we got to make this shit as hard as possible because I'm so sick of the Swifties and everything. You could take your barbecue and shove it up your butthole. Like, if I'm telling you have to make the hardest schedule, and I'm telling you, all right, I'm throwing your ass in South America, like week 1, and I'm making it a divisional game. Are we picking the Chargers? I mean, the Broncos have not looked very good this year. You have to pick between the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders. Who are you guys picking?
To make it as hard as possible for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chargers.
And then you say, okay, well, now week 2, we bring them back. There's only 2 teams that have a rest advantage, and that's going to be the Eagles and the Cowboys. But, hey, what about the Bills and Ravens, man? They're always busting them up in the playoffs. Well, they play each other week 1. You want to throw one of them guys up against the Chiefs week 2? What about the Lions, man? Lions came into Arrowhead, smacked us around. I just had a daughter. I was crying for like 4 days straight from everything. They just played Green Bay. Green Bay had another great team. So if you're making this week 2 hardest game, it's the Super Bowl rematch with an extra day of rest, and then they were at home. Chiefs had to travel from Brazil. That is the first 2 games you make on the schedule to make this as hard as possible. Am I wrong? And like people say 0-2, it's like, okay. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah. And
First overall pick, Kansas City.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we got Eric
Arch.
Fisher last time.
Arch.
Yeah, Arch.
I said in the group chat, I don't care how far he can throw it. As long as he can line up at right tackle, we'll take him.
Yeah. The only lucky thing that happened for Kansas City, and because I would hate if this ever happened to Detroit or when it happens to Detroit, I hate that one of the teams has to be designated the home team for a out-of-country game.
That's true.
So
That
at
is
least
true.
they were a road team, but I hate that.
Good point. Good point. Let's get to your guys' team. Let's talk about the Lions versus the Ravens. Ravens are 4.5-point home favorites. Over-under sit at 52.5. Wyatt, are we going with the Lions here, or are you hopping on the Ravens?
So I haven't told you guys this yet. I'm gone all next week, so I won't be able to do this episode. I'll be in Hawaii for a wedding. But this game is 2 p.m. Hawaii time on Monday, where I'll be there. We're golfing in the morning. We're going to be absolutely blitzed. We're coming back to the poolside bar to watch Monday Night Football at 2 p.m. Hawaii time. Lions, Ravens. I mean, I'm going to be betting the Lions, and it's probably going to lose. But there's no way in hell for a day as good as that I'm not putting money on my own team. So give me Detroit. Again, that's about as much reasoning as I can give as a Michigan game. I'm going to bet my own team no matter what. I don't care if it's square or sharp or whatnot. So there's not a world where I'm not having money on the Lions in this game. So might as well have my graphic correlate that. So give me Detroit on the spread.
Ethan, let me just cut in here real quick because I just got to say this one thing. If you lose, it just balances out your day, right? You lost some money, but you're in Hawaii. You're having a great time. If they win, he's going to be the stuffed pig at the luau. He's going to have the toasted ass, buddy. You know it.
I might even do the haka.
Hey, I'll teach you before you go.
Didn't we lose Wyatt on a beach vacation like 2 years ago? What was that whole thing? Didn't we have a little bit about that?
He did. He tried to hug the guy getting off the boat.
Well, I remember that. That was hilarious. I thought there was like, if some bet hit, we'd never see Wyatt again. And
oh, no, that was like the Islanders' money line.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
We did. We never heard from him again. So shit, that might be true.
It's just
Lions
I'm an
win.
AI guy now.
Yeah. Lions win, he's gone. Also, I don't believe Hawaii has legalized sports betting, so.
No, I did just make amends with my bookie earlier this week, so have a chance to wager out there.
There you go. When do you leave again?
Sunday to Sunday.
Okay. Well, yeah, I obviously going to be watching this game, rooting for the Lions. Huge game here. I'm going to lean the Lions plus the points for the graphic. Unfortunately, I do think the Ravens find a way to win. It's probably another record-breaking field goal like what happened a few years back. But my thing is, I think the spot here favors the Lions off the shellacking of the Bears, which, I don't think it's a great spot coming off that game, but it's not a horrible spot. Browns on deck, out of conference, at home. That's a nothing game. The Ravens should be 2-0, but because of the Bills' miraculous comeback, they're 1-1. They do have Kansas City on deck at Kansas City, so kind of a look-ahead spot there. But what's holding me back from even betting the Lions is I just think Ravens are the top team in the NFL, bar none. I don't even think it's necessarily close. I would still make them like a 1.5, 2-point favorite over the Bills on a neutral field, even though they just lost to the Bills. I love this Ravens team. So it would be awesome if the Lions could win this game. It's hard for me to see them doing it. 4.5 points, though, it's too much for me to lay against the Lions. So I'll lean the Lions plus the spread. I could see this like maybe 30-27, 31-28 type Ravens victory. They get the field goal late. Lions cover, Ravens win. It's kind of where I see it going. Probably won't have if I do have action, it's probably going to be like player props. Probably not going to have a side or total in that one.
The halftime in the Super Bowl is for a performance that's for the fans. Halftime in the regular season is to make adjustments. And boys, we did just that. We were all back on the same page. Agreed a lot more in the latter half than the first half. I'm also on Detroit here. I think both these teams are very good. But if you're giving me 4.5 with either of them, I'm taking it. You give me 4.5 with the Ravens, I'm taking it. 4.5 with the Lions, I'm taking it. It just feels like I like that point total. 52.5 also, if you're looking at team totals, is that something you guys is that something you guys would dabble with here?
I mean, I don't see a world where this is going under, but I think that's everyone's thought process there. So I usually try to stay off that. But, I mean, I'm going to be kicking myself when it's 28-28 at halftime, and which very well could happen. So, yeah, I mean, if you like the over team total, why not? But, again, it's got to be the most popular bet total of the weekend, even if it is the highest.
Yeah, I think the line's definitely inflated after Detroit put up 52 and Baltimore put up 41. But I don't know who. I mean, the Browns held Derrick Henry to basically a nothing burger, and they put up 41 points. So I just don't know who in the world is stopping Baltimore. They lose, and they put up 40 against Buffalo. So until I can see Baltimore get stopped, I would look for the over. I don't think there's any value there, but I don't see it going under.
Okay. Guys, we've hit on both Thursday night football games. So I'm looking at the squad ride for today. That Miami plus 12.5 is screaming, man. I like the Miami. I like the Los Angeles Rams, and I like Denver. But I don't want to get too cute here.
Yeah, Rams is probably my favorite, but I'm fine keeping our primetime streak alive and going Miami.
That's the thing. I'm worried I'm going to jinx it. You guys think I'd jinx it if I took Miami?
I mean, it is Miami, but...
Right.
When no one wants to be on a team, that's probably the time you want to be on them.
That's a good point.
Bills money line minus 800 for my parlay.
Shoot. Actually, I don't want to, because our squad ride graphic goes out on Tuesdays, I believe. And I don't want it to be from the past Thursday. That's like a long time for it to get back. So I will do... Let's do the Rams. Let's do the Rams versus Philly.
Okay. Like it.
Me up.
Especially since the touch push is going to get flagged like 14 times, right?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's hope. And when the Rams went outright, make sure on the graphic you just do in the bottom corner why you had money line.
If they win, remind me and I'll make that happen. Guys, let's head over to Mount Rushmore. All right, I should have been nice and asked if you guys had anything else to discuss those games. Anybody have anything? We're good?
Nope, I'm good.
Perfect. All right, we're talking. God, those are some good-looking guys up there. We're talking one-hit wonders. It could be songs, could be athletes. This could be anything. I'm kind of all over the place here, and that's exactly how it's designed to be. I believe I went first last week. Wyatt, you went first the first week. So, Ethan, you can go first. Wyatt, did you go last time? Did you have the double?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Then do you want the double or you want to go second?
I can go second.
Okay. So we'll go Ethan, Wyatt, and then me.
All right. Yeah, this topic is extremely broad, so I don't know if there's like a clear cut number one here. There's two I'm looking at. You know what? I'm gonna go with Ice Ice Baby from Vanilla Ice. Or I guess Vanilla Ice would be the answer there. I know he's done a few movies. He's probably had more songs. I don't know any of them, but Ice Ice Baby, I think everybody in the world knows that song. Definitely a one-hit wonder there for Vanilla Ice.
100%.
Which was 100% copyrighted off of Queen's song. So, which I think he got sued for that.
Which is why he's doing movies, low-budget movies.
Right. Yeah, one-hit wonders. I'm going to go with just a song from the 80s here. I guess the band would be the one-hit wonder. The band is Aha, and the song is Take On Me. Very well-known song. Take On Me. Yeah, I don't think those guys ever made a song after that, but they probably just made millions off that one song. So, yeah, Take On Me by Aha, one-hit wonder.
On my list.
I guess Aha would be the one-hit wonder.
Guys, give me GoldenEye 007. Dude, give me the golden gun. I believe is that the one where you can throw the hat too? Is that the same game? Odd Job or whatever. That game was good back in the day. I mean, we're talking, I believe that was pre-Xbox, right? Pre-Xbox, pre-PlayStation. You're playing that on like a... Was it? See, I had like a, was it not a Game Boy? A GameCube, is that what it is? The little square shit?
Yeah.
So,
good game.
Absolutely. I'll take that one. Kind of, in my opinion, one of the standalone type of spy shooter games. Then let's go Napoleon Dynamite. Let's just take the movie. There's nothing like it out there. You know, it came in, it was a huge craze, and now I would just like cringe out of my skin if I saw anybody quoting it or dressing up like it for Halloween that's coming up.
That's a good one. Number 2, I am going to go an athlete here. More of a one-hit season than one-hit wonder because he did have a crazy little run here. I'm going to go the biggest one-hit season or one-hit month as just Jeremy Lin in the NBA.
Linsanity.
Linsanity, man. That guy might be dead for all I know, but for a month, that guy was nuts.
Yeah, that was going to be my next pick, so definitely like that there. I'll stick with athlete. I get the 2 for here, but we'll go David Tyree, the Giants receiver that basically won them a Super Bowl from his helmet catch. Never to be heard from again. Don't know if that guy had another catch in his life. So, yeah, David Tyree for an athlete. And then we'll move over to an actor. There's 2 I'm kind of in between here, but I will do... let's go Peter Ostrom, the kid who played Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Great actor as a child, and I never did another. I don't believe he acted another movie in his life, so definitely a one and done.
The old Willy Wonka, not the Norman Bates kid. Yes. Oh God, there's a really good artist that I wanted to do, but I'm gonna go athlete here. God, some good ones. I'm gonna go Nick Foles Super Bowl run for the Eagles. Came in the playoffs and then dead. Big Dick Nick.
Yeah,
true. I forgot about that.
How about this fantasy darling? How about Jay Ajayi?
Yeah.
You guys remember Jay, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Jay was built different back in the day.
Who was the starter that he ran out of town? Arian Foster.
Did he start on the Texans? God, I just remember him on the Dolphins and like the
No,
Eagles.
Foster was on the Dolphins.
He's on the Dolphins? Okay. God, and I loved Arian Foster too.
Yeah.
Who's that little muscle hamster for the Bucks?
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin.
That guy had a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
Noah says never going to give you up. That's a good one. That might be coming up here. And he says, Aaron says it did get sued, not copyright infringement though, if I recall correctly.
That's something.
Bro, it was so funny. I saw a video of him trying to explain how it's not copyright, and he like adds one different note, and you're just like, bro,
like there's
come
an up
on.
note at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, here's my paper. Just change it so she can't tell. I
have a couple others listed down here. Do you still have one more, or is that?
I got one more. One more coming back to you.
Oh shit!
We have one more.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
We have 4.
This is hard. I'm gonna go. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. That's my St. Louis boy, dude. That's Jaquan. He hit that song and then dipped, bro. There's a lot of people like that.
That's a good poll. I'll go another song here, or another artist. This was like in our middle school / early high school days. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's Goyte, Goyte, and he sings a song, the "Somebody I Used to Know" or "Somebody You Used to Know."
I hate that song.
Somebody that I used to. Banger of a song. I love that song back in the day. But yeah, never heard of again. That was a middle school / like freshman year of high school, and he's gone.
Bro, I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond when that song was out and popping.
Yeah,
and I just listened to it play on loop, bro. It was like that, and then like, there's 3 songs just like it that were out, and they would just play those 3 on loop, man. I was just trying to sell a blender, try not to blow my brains out.
Dude, I'm picturing you as the Nick Swartzen character in Click.
I mean, pretty damn close, dude. Pretty
just
close.
Makes the friend with the guy that falls asleep on the bed.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that was also one that I considered as well, Wyatt. So we're on the same wavelength there, but I'm also going to stick with a song, probably a similar time frame as well. But Rebecca Black with Friday.
Oh, Friday, yeah.
That's a good one.
The month takeover there. Hasn't done anything since. I think she grew up to be hot, but
yeah. Talk about a song that makes you want to shower with a toaster. I mean, oh my god.
Yeah,
that's true.
I still listen to it every Friday.
Guys, I don't have like a bunch of great ones on here. I got like Fear Factor, Gary Barnidge, the tight end for the Browns, Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, never ddid anything after that. Yeah. I don't know if this counts, but like Doritos, Locos, Tacos. You remember how crazy that got for a bit?
Yeah.
Those were good.
I was trying to think if there was like a food one. That was the closest I could find. What do you guys have? Any miscellaneous?
You can go for it, Wyatt.
Yeah, I have Tim Tebow in the NFL was great for Denver for like a couple games, and then everyone realized he sucks. Try to go tight end, realize he can't do that. I have the 2019 Washington Nationals, most weirdest World Series champion ever, and
that's true.
Of course, the year before I moved to Washington, and then they are nowhere to be found for the rest of existence. I have a March Madness one with Brady Manick, the long-haired dude at UNC. Was nothing during the season, came out in March. I'm sure there's a lot of other March Madness guys that are like that, but Brady most notoriously the long-haired white guy for North Carolina. And then this one doesn't really work, but I guess just Reggie Bush in the NFL for how hyped he was. I guess that's more of a big bust, but just how hyped he was, and just maybe he had one good hurdle at the Saints, and then the only play I remember of Reggie is just getting absolutely annihilated from the Saints as well on a swing pass, and he sucked in Detroit. But, yeah, that's all I got.
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple. If you're younger, there's a couple different videos that they've probably watched of Reggie Bush that's not his football highlights.
True.
Oh, that's Ray J.
A couple I had. Well, I fully agreed with Jeremy Lin. That was going to be my second pick. 2 athletes that just had a literal one-hit wonder was Jerome Harrison and Jonas Gray. I think they both rushed for like 300 yards. They're both, I think, in the top 10 for single game rushing. Never did anything again. As far as songs go, I mean, there's a million of them, but like Iaz and Replay, that's probably one of our middle school songs. Jay Sean and Down. Yeah, I mean, the songs could go on forever and ever, or I guess the artists that sing those songs. Yeah, I think that's probably all I have to note. Oh,
Yeah.
the actor I was thinking of was I can't think of his first name now. I believe his last name is Billingsley. He plays the kid in the Christmas Story, which I guess he came back and did the Christmas Story remake as the adult, but another one and done that never acted again, I guess, until just recently.
Or another one. Did you guys ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah.
Well, the main actor could be one as well, but the Dewey kid never acted again after Malcolm in the Middle.
So, did you know that Frankie Muniz now, the main kid, is actually a NASCAR truck driver?
Yeah.
Wild.
That
Kind of
guy
sucks.
he has like some health problem too or something. But
He's probably drowning in too much poon over there. In his lungs. The guy from Sixth Sense, the kid. People like to say he's a one-hit wonder, but man, I thought he was great in that Happy Gilmore too, though. I don't know if you guys watched it.
Yeah. He's also the son of Forrest Gump in Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he is, isn't he?
Dude, I've actually seen him in quite a few movies.
Right, that's why when I saw him on that list, I was like, I would not classify him.
No.
Because I like him.
What's it? James Osterman or something like that? Is that his name?
Is it? I think you're something like that. I was going to say Joel Osteen. I think that's a church guy.
Yeah, you're right. Joel Osteen, that's his name. Had the initials, but yeah, I'll recognize him, and then it'll take me like 20 minutes. I'm like, I know I've seen that guy, and then oh yeah, it's the grown-up version of The Sixth Sense.
That's always jarring, the grown-up versions of these guys that go away for a long time. Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, Britney Spears. That was jarring.
Who is that guy? Guys, anything else to hit on before we get out of here tonight?
No, sir.
Hey,
I locked in the Jets, and I already hate it. But the sevens are gone. Sevens are 6.5s everywhere. Had to take the 7 while I could.
Don't blame you, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hopping in the comments, too. We appreciate all the comments today. We'll be back again next week. Sorry we're a little late today. I had a lot going on at work today, so I apologize for that. But we'll be back next week, right around 7-6 Central Time to do this. No UFC card this weekend, so you guys will not see me and Bobby this week. But you'll see these guys coming up here very soon for another episode of Power 4 Picks with the new intro, and you guys are just absolutely killing it over there. Wyatt, I love the overlays you're making and stuff. And like, truly, this is not like a regular YouTube channel. This is damn near ESPN at this point. We're killing it. I love the work you guys are doing. Ethan is just making all this baseball content coming out, so make sure you are tuning into all of his daily dingers, articles all week long. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out bettergreen.com and subscribe if you haven't. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
See you guys.